Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? So I wanted to make a video. Basically, last time I posted, I think the only time I've posted about just like anxiety and mental health problems. It had great reception from people that said that they really connected with it, related, or even just like learned stuff. And I think that's really great. I've always wanted to use my platform as a content producer to also, either spread awareness or just connect more with people on some more important levels than just through the game and just through entertainment. So I think that especially the experiences that I've had, it's always good to every once in a while, do some talks like this where just sit down and talk about the kind of experiences that I've had and how I'm sure a lot of you have had similar ones, and just things that can help you in your everyday life to recognize maybe also other people that that are like struggling with these kinds of problems, to just look out for them and what you can do differently. It's also nice to just kind of help shape your worldview a little bit more and understand where other people are coming from. So if there are people that maybe you've just overlooked like problems that they've had, then which I know happens a lot, especially on Twitch and YouTube. People can be pretty damn insensitive. Then yeah, I think it's always good to get some more perspective on things. But yeah, first and foremost, I guess like current status of me right now. I just got back from well, not just, but recently, beginning of last month, got back from Albany with my girlfriend Jen. We were there for 2.5 months about, and it was both like the greatest experience for me for being able to live with my girlfriend, and also the worst because my computer died and everything just completely went to shit. And then there were other problems, like her cat was getting sick there, and it was just terrible. It was awful. It was like a cursed apartment. Then I bought a new computer, and that one didn't work, and I had to return it. And then I borrowed Spiff's for a long time, and then his started having problems, and I had to give it back to him. And finally, we actually raised enough to get a new computer, which was amazing. Thank you so much to all the community that participated in that. Or just being a part of the community in general, and allowing this to exist. But yeah, so back here now, living on my own, but Jen's at her place, and I do the same kind of schedule daily. If I'm not streaming, I'm usually with her, or she's got work, not work, but school for like the entire day, and that sucks. So I'm always like kind of scheduling around that. And yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. But I've been got to thinking lately, because I've been making a lot of progress. It's weird because with anxiety and depression, you're always making progress, but you're always regressing in different areas. So for me, one thing that I've been making a lot of progress with lately is I have trichotillomania, which is just a very fancy word for hair pulling disorder, which is very it's a very unfortunate thing to suffer from, because it's not one of those, obviously, thank God, it's nowhere near like any like fatal conditions, or things that can even be that bad for your physical health, but at least to a degree. But it's something that really can destroy your morality, not morality, your morale, and your overall just self confidence, and yeah, and your overall appearance as well. So yeah, for me, I've realized that I stopped. I had the biggest problem with pulling my eyebrows, and it was such a big problem that when I first couldn't make it to Worlds for the first ever Smite World Championship that I was supposed to go to, it didn't end up happening for me because I had like such a big breakdown the night before. I suffer from panic disorder and mood disorder as well, if you haven't heard before. Sorry for all the ums and uhs, but yeah, kind of fueled by all that. Also, sorry for all the facial hair, because I haven't shaved yet and I look like a mountain man. But I mean, some people like that. Some people don't, but it gets itchy. It gets itchy. I personally like it with just a scruff. But anyway, on to the extremely important topics, right? I was, yeah, just so distraught, and I removed so much hair just by pulling that. Like, I was basically down to like no eyebrows. And this was, I'll show you real quick. Yeah, this smite was the cause. No, and this was actually something that I was like, this was, I don't know if you can tell too well, but this was a time where I was like proud of how I was looking. And this is like half of the what I have right now in terms of my eyebrows. This was just, I guess, on the road to recovery. You can also see like this. Um, and it's crazy. This is where I am now. What do you think? Nice, nice. See, there my hair wasn't as long. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, and that was a post that I made recently, just when I started thinking about where I'd come in terms of the eyebrow pulling. But the big thing is people don't recognize that things like this exist. And you tell them like, I have trichotillomania. First of all, it's so ridiculously named that why would you understand it? And two, people just don't recognize like how serious a lot of these things can be, because that was something my mom really, I guess, transferred over to me, because she talks about how she has it, and I notice her pulling hair, and she's like, yeah, I have a bald spot like right here. She'll show me, like, it's just like a normal thing. She's like, we all do something. We all pull our hair, we bite our teeth, yeah. Bite our nails. I would like to see somebody be able to bite their teeth. Like, no, I wouldn't. That sounds extremely, man, I don't like anything with the teeth, like, ugh. But anyway, yeah, so she really normalized it and made me think like, oh, it's just a normal thing. And she'd tell me to just like get like a stress ball and just hold that, and do like homemade remedies kind of things. And unfortunately, mine is not to that level. I don't think hers is to that level either. I think she has a very serious problem with it, and she should get more help for it. But she's older now, and she's kind of set in her ways like a lot of our parents are. Yeah, unfortunately for me, it was so destructive to keep hearing that just I would be just sitting at the dinner table and doing it, and she would just be like, stop, but without encouraging me to get the proper help for it, not recognizing that it's linked to a mental problem, a mental disorder. And as hard as it is to tell your kid that, people don't realize that you really have to encourage people as politely and respectfully as possible to actually get help when that kind of thing presents itself, especially when it's such an ongoing thing. I mean, the same thing happened with me in my panic disorder. I was waking up like screaming every night, in so much pain and so short on breath that I felt like I was dying for so many nights. And my mom and her boyfriend both just thought like, I was just going through something, like, I don't know. And she's like the best mom ever in so many areas. And I think that's the most important part about all of this, is that if somebody that's even such a great person, be such a great influence on you, can also have some misconceptions that are so destructive that could lead you down awful paths and just skew your worldview. And it sucks, and it has unfortunately dominated a lot of my life and led me to believe that a lot of the experiences that I was having were either normal and I was too weak to control them, or that going to seek out help for it was in some way shameful. So yeah, I mean, I guess the most important thing I really wanted to convey to you guys is, if any of you guys are going through anything similar, always like research what it is that you're having. If it's feeling like you're suddenly closing yourself off more, and obviously don't diagnose yourself with anything, but just try to put some research and thought as well into the types of things that you're experiencing, because so many people just shut out things that are early signs of mental illness. I know that word sounds scary too, but like trichotillomania, which is a form of mental illness, is like it's hair pulling. It's not like you have mental illnesses and like you need to be institutionalized. So don't dismiss that word as saying like there's something that really wrong with that I no it can't be me. It's silly. There's all different degrees of that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think more than anything, just try to look out for yourselves and educate yourselves on these things so that you don't let yourself fall into a bad place. For me, it took so long to recognize that this was happening, and I went on for years of doing this and of having the panic attacks and everything without recognizing that I needed to be on medication. For me, medication was the way I needed to go. Right now I'm on a lot of people ask, so I know it seems weird to just list it, but believe it or not, a lot of people ask because especially they're going through the same thing, so they want to know what's helpful for other people. Right now I'm on lithium and Lexapro. Struggling though, as always, having a lot more panic attacks lately. It's been awful. I don't know why, and that's the thing. You never really do know why. It's a chemical thing for me, at least. Everybody's different. Some people are only triggered by environmental things, and that's, I wouldn't say that's great for them, but that's, at least they know where it's coming from. Whereas this problem, it's really something that, you can't even avoid it. There's no way to. So they just come on randomly, and that's what my family has had the hardest time understanding, and my friends as well. So yeah, always just try to not be your own doctor. Again, don't do that. I'm not saying that. I want people coming to me later saying, I took the pills you said, they didn't work. So yeah, just try to make sure that you have a good sense about all this stuff if you or anybody else is struggling, and just going forward in life, I think, because you never know when you might encounter it, either from you with yourself or even with your kids someday, or with people that are just part of your life. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me as always. I don't know if this video really did anything, but it is nice. It's helpful for me to be able to talk about it too, and I love being able to talk about it with you guys. So if you like this kind of content, you don't feel it's too cringy or whatever, and I hope not. Also, I hate when people say something's cringy. Like, sometimes things really are cringy, but people call anything that's like remotely introspective or just sentimental cringy these days. But yeah, so just let me know, and thank you so much for watching. All right.